Hello everyone. Today I would like to read out the 11th chapter titled The Knight from my manuscript, The King's Daughter and Him. This story is a work of fiction. All characters, events, and places are imaginary or symbolic in nature. Any resemblance to real persons, living or dead, or real events is purely coincidental. The story is intended for entertainment, creative expression, and interpretive storytelling purposes only. I'd like to read out the story. That evening, my friend and I met again. He continued narrating the story. He said, "It was around midnight. I woke up to drink water. I could also see the light flashing on my phone. I could hear my colleague snoring. I answered the call. The call was from the phone that I had left in the king's daughter's room. That phone usually remained in silent mode. There was no greeting from the other end. For the first time, I heard the king's daughter cry. She was crying in pain. I kept saying, "Hello, hello," but I could only hear her cry. Then, when I was about to disconnect the call, I heard those words that I thought were meant for me. She said, "Why did you go away? You should have always stayed with me." I was smiling and thought the king's daughter was talking to me and expressing her affection towards me. Then what I heard shocked me. She said, "I miss those days when you used to put me to sleep with your lullaby or a song. These days I'm unable to sleep. Why did you go away, princess?" Dash. I got to know that the call was not meant for me. It was for some princess. Was the princess her friend or some relative or someone else known to her? I initially thought of disconnecting the call and calling her back, but the call was not disconnecting at my end. It looked like I was meant to hear that conversation that night. Was she talking to someone else at the other end? I wasn't sure. She continued, "We've lost our pride, the honor, and everything that belonged to us. Our kingdom has been snatched away, and these days our father doesn't walk with pride. Your one decision changed our complete life. I'm following the advice that you shared with me when we were children. I'm trying to divert my attention to art. There is someone who comes to the palace to teach me drawing and painting." My interest increased in the conversation as I heard about the drawing and painting. Then again, I heard her weeping. I felt sorry for her and also realized that my phone number was not dialed by her intentionally. Perhaps the phone was in close proximity to where she was at that point in time, and without realization, she might have dialed my number and with a touch of a finger or something. I wasn't sure either. The last call on the phone was from this number, the call that was answered by the security guards. That was the first time I had felt some emotion or expression behind that stone face. That night I did not sleep. I just listened to her speak. There was so much of an inner volcano within her that was suppressed. That night was an outburst of those suppressed feelings. She was the king's daughter in everyone's presence, but in those lonely hours, she was just another woman who longed to connect with her dear ones, a pain that she carried within herself for the loss of a loved one. I was determined to help her. I quickly gathered a few more videos of various forms of emotions and relationships in the world. I wanted to share them with her the next day. I felt that if I shared those videos with her, then maybe I could make out something from her facial expressions. She always maintained a distance with me, so I was sure I couldn't talk to her freely. The previous day, she had clearly indicated that I had to maintain distance. She kept talking to the other person for a long time. I wondered who was listening to her at the other end. Is this the conversation that happens every night in that room? I wasn't sure. After some time, there was silence from the other end. I also decided not to say hello, hello. It looked like she felt lighter after that conversation and just slept off. My friend was silent for some time. I was quiet too. Then after some time he said, "I did not know how to break the barrier between the king's daughter and myself." As he was talking, his phone rang. It was Nisha at the other end. She wanted a confirmation of his plans to meet the next week. My friend was a little hesitant to talk to her. It looked like he had even forgotten to call her back as promised the previous day. He said, "I'm a little busy here. One of my friends lives in the same city. Can I ask him to meet you? He was quite keen on meeting you. I had told him about you." I don't know what she replied, but I thought it was unfair to her. Then he said, I'll let you know. We still have a few days to decide. I also want to tell you that I'm looking at various other profiles that I receive from matrimonial sites and newspaper advertisements. You're also free to keep your options open. I looked at him almost shockingly, but I was happy that he was being truthful even before their first meeting. Then, after some time, he smiled and said, She seems to be a nice girl, culturally rooted. She's on a fast today. I smiled, and after that, we did not speak much. We just listened to the music playing in the car. Soon I reached home, waiting to listen to the continuation of the story the next day. I was eager to see the next phase of the relationship between the king's daughter and my friend. I had to wait for another day. That's all for the day. Do let me know your thoughts about this chapter by writing in the comment section. Thanks for watching and thanks for your time.